What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to Serial Productions. Quick thoughts on James Gunn, The Suicide Squad, you guys. I just got out of my showing, and we're going to be talking spoilers. Now, we all know how 2016 Suicide Squad ended. It wasn't the greatest film. Some parts were entertaining. I love Deadshot, but that's about it. And when they announced that James Gunn was going to be doing a Suicide Squad movie, I was hyped because I was like, the potential is there. Look what he did with the Guardians of the Galaxy. To be honest, nobody knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy was before James Gunn in that first film. That's just the facts. So when I found out he was going to be doing a Suicide Squad movie, I was like, if he can take a bunch of nobodies and turn them into a bunch of people who people love, then I'm all with it. I had high hopes for James Gunn and this film, and it did not disappoint. This movie was batshit crazy insane. One of my favorite DCU films, you guys. It was beautifully made. The story was awesome and crazy. The characters are what made me love this movie. The character moments, the comedy, it was so awesome, you guys. Peacemaker. Now I understand why HBO Max and Warner Media and Warner Brothers want to do a series on Peacemaker. Because he's just a badass. John Cena embodies the role, you guys. He was hilarious. I loved Bloodsport. Idris Elba. Holy shit, get this guy another film in the DCU, you guys. He took out Superman, put him in the ICU with the kryptonite bullet, though I would have loved to have seen a flashback because that would have been awesome. Now, I'll admit, Harley Quinn, I don't give a shit about. As a character, I never liked Harley Quinn. In the comics, the animated series, it just never was appealing to me. The Suicide Squad, I was like, okay. Birds of Prey, God, terrible. But I actually liked Harley in this movie. She was badass. Her and her javelin, it was awesome. I actually can get behind this Harley Quinn in this movie, you guys. I really liked her in this movie. I really did. Who else? The Ratcatcher? Ratcatcher 2? Love the backstory between her and her father, Taika Waititi. She could control rats with this little device that glows. It's insane, but it makes a lot of sense. It was so awesome. Polka Dot Man. Polka Dot Man was so much fun and terrifying. Something about the guy who plays Polka Dot Man is just, he's kind of scary. He was also in Prisoners. We all know his role in that movie. He was also in The Dark Knight. But I loved him in this movie. He was definitely one of my fan favorites of this movie, and I was devastated when he died. His motive, kill everybody because everybody reminds him of his mother. Holy shit. She must have done some terrible things to this kid and his brothers, experimenting on them at Star Labs. I love the visual effects when he was doing his polka dot stuff. Awesome. King Shark. How could you not love him? Sylvester Stallone. Nom nom. Food. It was hilarious. And the visual effects on King Shark were beautiful. The attention to detail was awesome. He was a beast, but he was also very kind and gentle. I loved King Shark, you guys. I wonder if there was an Aquaman reference somewhere in this movie. And I did actually, because sometimes James Gunn does, and goes to his whole social media thing, and he's like, okay, ask me questions. I remember I asked him, I was like, does King Shark or Aquaman know of each other? And I never got a response because I was like, oh, that's probably a huge spoiler. Well, I was like, whatever. I loved King Shark, you guys. I love the different versions of the Suicide Squad we got. Especially at the beginning of the mission, you know what I mean? You had Team 1 and Team 2. You had no idea Team 2 was on the other side of the island, but Team 1, where Michael Rooker was all expendable. Essentially, they're all expendable, but they got their asses whipped. The Weasel. Oh, man, they killed Captain Boomerang. Did not expect that. I was like, oh, shit, Captain Boomerang got murked off. I guess he's not going to be in The Flash anytime soon. But, yo, this movie was violent. It was gory. It was bloody. It was foul. It was crazy. It was insane. And I got behind it, you guys. It was so entertaining to me. This is what I loved how James Gunn got full creative control. Why can't Warner Brothers do this with all of their films and all of the directors and all of their producers? Let them have fun. And this was it. When James Gunn has full creative control, this is what you get. Can you imagine if Guardians of the Galaxy was R-rated and Kevin Feige gave, James Gunn full creative control? I can only imagine the type of shit we would have had in that Guardians movie. This movie was brilliantly made from start to finish. Not a dull moment. Not a dull moment. Rick Flag. Just didn't give a fuck about him in the first movie. I'm like, Rick Flag. Loved Rick Flag in this movie. Loved him. He was awesome. He was cool. I felt for this guy. He wasn't just like the badass. And yeah, I gotta save my girlfriend. We gotta, what I mean. I love her. And we gotta help Amanda Waller out. Like, I loved how these characters were so reimagined. You know what I mean? James Gunn embraces the source material. That's what it's about. You don't fade away from the source material. You have the source material. This is what made those characters lovable, and this is what made these characters so popular. Why would you want to do anything other than what this source material has already created? And that's what he did. That's what he did. And I love James Gunn for that. Love it. It was awesome stuff. What else can we talk about? Starro. Holy shit. Now I'm kind of curious to see how Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is going to do. What's his name? Oh my God. Garath? Oh, I'm losing it. It's essentially kind of like the same monster. Freak, what's his name? I totally forgot. Oh, I forgot his name. But now I'm like, well, if you're Doctor Strange or Sam Raimi, are you like a little concerned that Suicide Squad already did a character like this and it worked out great? Like the whole backstory of Starro, how the fucking Americans found this big ass starfish just floating around in space doing his thing, and they captured him and they brought him back to Earth. First, he unleashed that alien type shit. Because you remember in the films, Aliens, you have those eggs and you see the hands crawl out, they jump on your face and they plant that shit in your body. That's what I felt like this movie did, and I loved it. It was so weird. Like, this is what the Suicide Squad is all about. I really enjoyed this movie, you guys. The villain was great. The story, the characters, Peacemaker. Now that we're getting an HBO Max series with this guy. At first, I thought he died. I was like, oh shit, he's dead. Okay, cool. So maybe this Peacemaker show is going to be a prequel. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. But no, post-credit scene, this fool is still alive. Even though getting shot in the neck by Bloodsport because Peacemaker had his own mission. Amanda Waller cannot be trusted. Cannot be trusted. What's her name? What's her name? Oh my God, who plays Amanda Waller? I forgot her name. Holy shit. It's not coming to me. Wow. It's not coming to me. I'm totally brain fart. But she was good. Amanda Waller was great. You know what I mean? Amanda Waller's going to be Amanda Waller. She's crazy. She's psychotic. I definitely didn't expect her to lose her cool at the end when they kind of were like, no, we're not going to listen to you, homie. Sorry, we're going to go help these people out. And I loved where Bloodsport came from the beginning to the end of this movie. She was like, I'm going to turn you into a leader. He's like, I don't want nothing to do with you and your Suicide Squad. And then she's like, oh, well, we have your daughter, and, she did steal, and, you know what I mean, technically in the state of Louisiana, we can throw her ass where you're at. And you know what they do to kids around here? Like, oh, it's like, damn, like, you evil. Amanda Waller is very evil. Very, very evil person. So he was like, okay, whatever, I'll do your mission. And she's like, I'm going to turn you into a leader by the end of this shit. And that's what he was. Bloodsport became the leader by the end of this movie, and I loved it. Oh, man, Idris Elba was so good, you guys. So good. So good. This movie didn't disappoint. It really didn't. I just loved the creative mind of James Gunn and the people behind this movie. It was insane. It was bonkers. And it was everything I hoped for. It really was. Is this the best DCU film right now? What do we have? We have Man of Steel, BVS, Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, Shazam, Aquaman, Snyder Cut, Justice League. If I'm being honest, which I like to be, I do think this is the best film to date. It's the most entertaining. It's the most fun I've ever had in a DCU movie. Fun of it, most I've ever had. It was awesome. Like this whole time, like I was just having so much fun with my brother and my nephew. We were laughing. The jokes hit. His shit was hilarious. Peacemaker in his little tidy whities, a little tight ass t-shirt. Like You guys, I'm telling you, this movie absolutely did it for me. This is right up my alley, and I want more. Crazy thing is that James Gunn said that in early drafts, it was going to be the Suicide Squad versus Superman. Just like the video game that's coming out. I was like, oh shit, so maybe that's why they had to scrap the video game. Well, not scrap the video game, but maybe, those early drafts of the script are like, okay, we have to change it because, the video game's coming out and that's essentially the same storyline. So I understand why they did that. But that would have been a very, very, very interesting take, you guys. Very interesting take. And I cannot wait to see what James Gunn has in store for the rest of the DCU. I mean, he's already signed on. He directed and wrote the Peacemaker series, and apparently he's coming back for more. And I'm with it. If it's another Suicide Squad or another bunch of crazy deranged characters you want him to do, I am absolutely with the idea of having James Gunn return to the DCU. But he's going to be shooting Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 later this year, so he's going to be busy, preoccupied with that film. So we probably won't hear any kind of news, not until at least the next couple months, honestly. But I'm excited, you guys. What a great film. I'm going to watch it on HBO Max again, and then I'm going to own it come later this year. But post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought about James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. You guys' thoughts and opinions. Where do you rank this film in the DCEU? Post your comments down below. Peace.